Hi everyone, my name is Jerri Bracamonte and I live in Lake Havasu City, Arizona, home of the world-famous London Bridge. I'm a wife, mother, and grandmother. I enjoy golfing and spending time with family and friends, and I'm currently obsessed with sourdough baking in my kitchen slash laboratory. I'm deeply committed to my family and the community I call home. After spending 25 years in municipal government, I earned a promotion to my current role as Community Engagement Officer, which inspired me to return to school to get a degree in communications. In this presentation, I will describe my leadership style based on the results from the Leadership Style Assessment and will provide examples of how I enacted these qualities as the project manager for a Supervisor Academy capstone project. I am described as a democratic leader based on the Leadership Style Assessment, which I'm honored to be. This approach embodies key characteristics of collaboration, engagement, conflict resolution, and creativity with a willingness to adapt and inspire trust and respect from others. According to the quiz results, democratic or shared leadership values group participation in decision making. Everyone participates. While the democratic leader offers guidance and control, they also participate as a team member. Last year, I was a project manager for a capstone project that our supervisor class dreamed up and brought to fruition. This class chose to build this landscape space that inspires responsible and sustainable water use for where visitors can view various water-efficient desert plants and hardscapes in person and learn how to beautify their own landscapes with water conservation techniques. During the initial process, as the project manager and democratic leader, I offered everyone an opportunity to voice their suggestions and concerns. I asked them for each of their top 3 leadership qualities to assist me with figuring out where to best fit them in the collaboration of designing the space, finding a location, and naming the project. Everyone was free to offer ideas, while I provided guidance and control over the discussions. As a democratic leader, I participated as a team member, picked up the shovel, and got my hands dirty alongside the team. I agree with the assessment because I answered the questions about myself, so I was not surprised by the results. I might have been more surprised if someone else had taken the assessment and a different outcome had arisen. I believe everyone has a voice and should be included in the decision making. To further demonstrate why I agree, I will share my top 5 natural leadership qualities from a Gallup's Clifton Strengths for Managers assessment I took while I was in the Supervisor Academy. These strengths align with the being a democratic leader, which is achieved by building relationships and making connections. Positivity is bringing an optimistic outlook to every challenge. Woo is meeting new people and building relationships. Realtor is making deep connections with others. Competition is measuring progress to reach higher levels of achievement. And communication is the ability to put thoughts in words and stimulate conversation. In Chapter 7, Kramer and Bassell stated that employees consider the supervisor-subordinate relationship one of the most important workplace interpersonal relationships. Over the years, I have learned valuable lessons from my supervisors, and I'm still learning what not to do and what to do. We are not perfect humans, but we should strive to be good humans. An instructor once told me it's no longer about treating others how you want to be treated, but treating others how they want to be treated. This insight makes sense from a supervisor-subordinate perspective because I can't expect my subordinates to react the same as me. They are different people with different emotions, different backgrounds, and different ambitions. I have carried this in my democratic leadership style and can correlate it to what I learned in the reading material about supervisor-subordinate communication. If we, as supervisors, treat others the way they want to be treated, that will foster trust and an effective supervisor-subordinate relationship. In Chapter 7, I had an aha moment when I learned that trust is the underlying secret to supervisor-subordinate relationships. Subordinates are more likely to communicate openly and honestly if there is trust. There is less chance of upward distortion if subordinates trust their supervisors. Subordinates trust supervisors who have trusting relationships with their own supervisors through upward influence, and semantic information distance is lessened when supervisors and subordinates trust they have the same similarities and understandings. While the democratic leadership has many strengths, it also presents potential barriers to effective leadership. An article I read from the International Journal of Multidisciplinary Studies and Innovative Research 2023, Influence of Leadership Styles on Staff Retention, A review of literature suggests 5 downsides to democratic communication: competence, consensus, pseudo-participation, and adherence. For example, communication can break down if there's a lack of competence in the team, leading to misunderstandings. Finding consensus can lead to no action, a stall of projects, or a hindrance in decision-making. Pseudo-participation can weaken the commitment to collective goals if members feel their voice doesn't matter. And if members feel like they can't be creative and have to adhere to strict rules, they might check out. Another drawback, announced in Chapter 9 of our upcoming coursework, is groupthink. To give you a preview, Kramer and Bissell explains, this happens when group members make poor decisions due to several errors in the decision-making processes. Prioritizing consensus over creativity or critical thinking leads to decisions that may not be the best choice. I experienced this as a project manager with other supervisors with our capstone project. We were all supervisors in the class, so most of us were used to being in charge. Everyone had an opinion on the garden's location, design, and name. The decision-making during the design process was becoming time-consuming and unproductive because someone would bring in new ideas that required more research. Every time we took one step forward, we took 2 steps back. Although I never lost sight of the vision, it was frustrating when we were unproductive. Eventually, I broke the group into subgroups with specific tasks to overcome this, allowing collaboration and efficient decision-making in focused areas, lessening the cohesiveness. Leadership is not about having all the answers, but empowering others and continuing to learn and grow. The journey of self-reflection and growth as the project manager has reinforced my democratic leadership style and the importance of being a visionary leader, encouraging trust by treating others the way they want to be treated, and recognizing leadership challenges with the ability to adapt and enact a more directive role when needed. I'm proud of our project of creating a beautiful water-smart garden and happy to have made lifelong relationships with the other supervisors from other departments that help me in my new role as Community Engagement Officer. As I get closer to the end of my career and continue my education in communications, I'm discovering my true purpose, my role as a leader, and the relationships I build. I'm living the dream. But now I also dream about retirement and possibly selling my sourdough experiments at random farmers markets. Thank you.